Over the past few weeks, we've seen some massive sideways pumps, bulls getting liquidated, getting absolutely wrecked by the baby bulls. As we all know, lately they have been winning the election, sitting in the closet, not knowing what's going to happen next, sucking their thumbs, waiting to come out of the closet. The Sensei Master bulls have been waiting. We've been plotting, and oh boy, we've been plotting. We are doing as much as possible to prepare for this epic battle where it's inevitable that the baby bears will soon perish. And with what we have in store for the future, there's only one outcome, and it's a bust, an absolute bust. Some may say a huge bust. And with the baby bears in our sights, we are preparing for the downside of these baby bears who kept our wives' names in their mouths. There are only two outcomes, and it's either this pumpage, or is it this where they absolutely perish? Or will there not be another fall? Will we soon go to the moon, to infinity and beyond, and sit in our mansions with our baby bear rugs, and rejoice in our victories, all together holding hands across the world? Alright, so there's pretty much one outcome that can come from this. Here we're on the 4 hour, and here are some fair value gaps that are very, very promising. If we grab the Fibonacci retracement tool and we come to the top, all the way to the bottom of the move, you can see that this fair value gap comes right in the middle between the 618 and the 786 on the Fibonacci. As well as on the downside, if we grab the top of the move from right here all the way down to the most recent low, you can see the fair value gap lands right in between the 786 and 618 as well. Now if I grab the GAN box and I go from the top of this move as well to the bottom, anything below this this middle line doesn't matter. This is the most important for the larger time frames. So this fair value gap is yet to come, and it's also the most important, so we will be seeing this very soon, as well as the most recent high and low. You can see on that middle line right there, that fair value gap also falls right in between the most important lines. So it's fair to say that we will be seeing these lines once again. So this is the volume profile. Right here is where people have bought and sold the most. This is the most action. On the FMCB, we have a green dot that was produced with the money flow going towards the upside, as well as the stock RSI and the blue cross going above. And then if we switch to the daily time frame, you can see that the blue has just crossed the orange line on the stock RSI, and the green dot was just produced right there. So when in doubt, back up and look at the bigger time frames, because the bigger time frames are the ones that actually matter rather than these. What I'm suspecting with these fair value gaps is we could go down a little further right here, and then we'll go up and we'll pass that fair value gap, and then we'll hit that fair value gap, and then we could just go up and it could happen once more. Now that's best case scenario, but eventually it will happen. On this bigger time frame of the fair value gap, we could see a bigger move to the downside, so we could snag this bottom right here. But then eventually we could come up here and retest the line of resistance with this volume profile. We come up and we could come down and hit it again, hit it, and then go more to the upside. As well as on the hour time frame with the super trend and the double EMA, we did just cross that EMA with the super trend saying to buy. This does produce a fair value gap. We might see this get retested, this fair value gap that was produced, but that doesn't mean that we still can't go up to this fair value gap. It's definitely possible. And if you take a look at the 4 hour time frame on the MACD, we did just see a bullish divergence with the blue line just crossing the orange line with its way headed up. We can see the green movement on the histogram. Now yes, I'm not saying that we're gonna go to the moon in one complete move, because that never actually happens, and if it does, then it comes back and retests. But what I am saying is that we are seeing confluence with the likelihood of it hitting these fair value gaps and going to a higher high. And if we were able to obtain these higher highs, maybe we could retest the highest high, and then we'll get a new all-time high. Along with Hong Kong opening its ETFs in the matter of few hours, we will be seeing a further move to the upside, because their market is a lot bigger than the US and Europe's market combined. This is all just speculation. This is not financial advice.